All right, here's video number 2 for all you carb cyclers and anybody else just tuning into my YouTube station. These helpful tips and habits will go a long way, not only in a carb cycling challenge, lifestyle, in general, no matter what nutrition you choose, okay, that lifestyle needs to be there. And we're always, even though we're trying to hit this thing hard and get great results in 10 weeks as we enter in the spring, enter summer, we also want to make sure that we have things that will carry you on afterwards. Not to where it's like, yeah, you just ate 1,000 calorie a day diet of, cabbage and ice cubes, and now you're not sustainable. You have to keep doing something else crazy in order to get results. All right, we're trying to avoid that. I want this, whether you decide to stay with me for months after the 10 weeks or go off on your own, I want you to be prepared and understand the common denominators of what makes someone successful in nutrition. So, helpful top habit number 1, okay? You need to eat protein-dense foods with every meal, whether it's 2 meals a day, 3 meals a day, 3 meals, 1 snack, whatever. You need to be mindful of the protein. Y'all see your protein demands on there, and you want to try to go for whole foods first, okay? So the protein, why is that important? Well, we need to be working out. Protein will definitely help take care of the muscles, build them up, get broken down, build up, and you should be working out. So this is going to be beneficial in there. 2, it definitely helps fill you up a little bit more. Okay, it gives you more filling, and that will take away room for all the extra stuff that we're trying to carve out on some days. Okay. And a lot of y'all already know it's going to do that because you looked at your protein numbers thinking, holy shit, how am I going to do this? So we're going to start low. We're going to work our way up if you're not used to it. Even myself, I need like 185 grams of protein. I was probably hitting like 125 to 150 most days. Okay, so even I have to gradually get better in this whole challenge with myself. And it's just a heat check, okay? Your lean proteins, on that note, I will give you a list of all the food groups, and there's a green section. Eat these anytime, all the time. Okay. Yellow, okay, eat some of the time, maybe not as much. Then the red, eat as little as possible from this group. Those are all your most of your higher processed foods, okay? Proteins, can you marinate them? Can you season them? Abso-fucking-lutely, all right? If it doesn't taste good, you're not going to stick to it. Me, I have my go-to 5 seasonings all the time. I do have my marinades. I look for sauces, if you're going to choose sauces and seasonings to, just flavor up your food, then, look at the ones with less ingredients. If sugar is an issue for you, compare and contrast labels. Look at the ones with less sugars. And if you need less sodium because of different medical issues, find the ones with the least amount of sodium. Follow the nutrition label on what a serving is and work from there, okay? It has to taste good, and I want it to taste good. This should be enjoyable. If you see my Instagram stories, Facebook stories, I'm never going to post something that just looks like I boiled a piece of chicken by itself. That's not right. It's sacrilegious, actually. I don't believe in that crap. So then going into that, what else can help you fill up and also get a lot of nutrients in? Your vegetable intake, all right? This is all your spinach, broccoli, squash, zucchini, that type of stuff. These are stuff you really don't have to track as much, because I never really knew anybody who went over the top with their food intake by taking in too much vegetables. You eat enough, you're going to fill up, and that's why they combine great with lean proteins. Once again, whether they're fresh and they're cut from the store or they're already in a frozen bag, do what you got to do. Start with what you have in your house right now, okay? Start with what fits great within your budget, okay? You don't have to go completely 180 in order to fit this thing in. We can make adjustments as we go. If you want to steam them on the stovetop, you want to air fry them, you want to crock pot your vegetables, you want to bake them, I don't care. Make them taste good, season them appropriately. A variety is better. Just think of it as a multivitamin. You get all your vitamins and minerals in there. A variety of the vegetables will definitely yield benefits. And I will give you I just tell vegetables, go for use your fist to kind of measure how much you need in a serving of vegetables. Okay, just one or two of these per meal, multiple meals per day. This is what you should be aiming for with your mixed vegetables. Okay. Let's see, next up we got the carbs we will track. I briefly mentioned it the other video. These will be mostly what we all like to overconsume. It's typical American diets, and it's delicious stuff, I know. Your different breads, oats, rice, quinoa, grits for you southern people, and then different potatoes, corn, legumes, beans, lentils, and fruits. Benefits to all these, downsides to all of these. We're going to make these our strengths instead of our weaknesses, okay? That's why we will be looking at nutrition labels on what a proper serving is. I can tell you by the pasta, if you've never read a nutrition label while measuring out your pasta using a measuring cup of the uncooked pasta, you're gonna freak out. I did that every day. It said 3/4 of a cup is one serving of pasta. It was a high carb day, but I was like, holy shit, you mean that those commercials on Olive Garden is not what a serving of pasta is? Obviously, I know it's not a serving of pasta, but 3/4 of a cup is kind of small. So it's going to help you measure things out. One, to cook smarter, okay? You don't waste money, you don't waste food, and you'll still be able to enjoy some pasta within the carbs you get, even on a low carb day, but it's going to come into a smaller side. You go to a restaurant, you eat, they have their small little bowls. Everybody who's worked in a restaurant, you have your small bowls. That's not just for food cost reasons, okay? I mean, it is made for a restaurant. They don't care how much you're eating as long as you eat it and you pay. But you're going by an exact portion. That's what we're going to learn to do, is that pasta can be a side portion, and you're going to be amazed that you still got your pasta in. It's going to be enjoyed. I still eat sweet potatoes on my low carb days. A medium one, half of one, a full one, I make it fit in, but we're going to start learning how to measure this stuff out. So once again, we can go into low carb mode, keep the insulin levels low, let the fat burning take place a lot harder, and then we also resensitize our body on those high carb days. We spike it up and then we bring it back down. It's a beautiful combination, okay? So I will write all this stuff down on a frequently asked questions page, okay? Because that's what we need to have. That way you can always go back, read. You got more questions, you ask Coach Swift and the group in the community, what's up, all right? Water. Don't rely on the fact if it's 100 degrees outside or 60 degrees outside to get all your water intake. Try to aim for at least half your body weight in ounces of water. Me, I'm constantly carrying around containers that are 20 ounces of water to fill them up, like those shaker glasses for your protein. Probably more actually, because the Yeti ones are bigger. But then some days at the gym, especially on low carb days, I definitely have the gallon jug. A gallon is 128 grams of water, ounces, I'm sorry. So I definitely get more water in those days, and you'd not be surprised when you up the water intake to at least half of your body weight. One, yes, you will pee more. That's fine. It happens. Peeing is good. But you'll get more water to help all the bodily processes, okay? This is back to basic biology. Water is life, okay? We're going to hydrate. And then now that it's getting warmer, it's going to be even better for most of y'all that live in the warmer parts of the world. It's only going to help you out a lot more. If you're eating more protein and mixed vegetables, it'll definitely make digestion a lot better. TMI, you're going to start noticing your poop is a lot different composition, size, shapes, colors, all that stuff. How much it hurts or doesn't hurt to poop out. All right, TMI, I know, but that's another great test along with your urine color and everything like that. Speaking of beverages, let me look over here. You want to consume beverages with as little, if any, calories as possible. So water, 0 calories, awesome. You should be drinking more water than anything else. Can you have coffee? Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm actually doing more low caffeine because I'm trying to, once again, get my body sensitive to less amounts of caffeine. I also want to save money by not looking at my bank statements, being like, well, shit, you spend money on Starbucks. The vending machine at work has all the energy drinks. I'm trying to cut down costs in every way possible, not just financially on this. So you want to be looking at the extra calories you're getting, because these are what's sneaking into your diet without realizing. It's a heat check. Yes, you can fit in, beer and wine, those carbs and everything, the calories, but you also want to be reading up on how much this is costing you, just like a financial analysis of your wallet and where you can cut down on. You will enjoy it a lot more, trust me, when you make it fewer, not necessarily dry amounts. Like, you won't be going through droughts unless you want to. It's fine. I go Sunday through Thursday, actually, drinking no alcohol. Fridays I barely have a sip. I'm in chill mode. I'm ready to just lay there and be motionless, honestly, on Fridays. Saturday a little bit more, but I'm not getting sloshed all day. So anyways, it'll let you look at like coffees and everything. Honestly, you're better off making your own coffee, using a little measuring spoons to see how much creamer and stuff you put in there, how much sugar you're supposed to be using off a serving. Slowly drink this stuff. You will taste a lot better. Me, I've done it so well that all I need is 1 K-cup, the Keurigs, per day. Okay, and coffee will last a long time. So you want to lower your caffeine intake a little. I'm not going to say zero, but you definitely want to reassess how much of the extra stuff you're putting into there. I like flavoring. I'm all about that. But let's reassess how much we're putting in there, okay? Any of the foods you eat, you want to eat mostly whole, minimally processed foods. Grabbing a protein bar and smoothie to go, hey, even as a healthy options, it does have its benefits, but then you're also going to spend more time calculating, does this fit into my macros more? If you want to do the math work and make that work, let me know. Go for it. But 80 to 90% of our intake needs to be whole food items that don't require unwrapping a bar and looking heavily at a nutrition label full of mixed stuff, okay? On that note, that means, going to that, it's a lot easier when you plan ahead and prepare your food in advance. Yes, you can get results looking up every nutritional fact through MyFitnessPal, the restaurant websites on how to fit different food menu items into your diet, still hit these goals. It's just a lot easier when you cook. Okay, I'm gonna be very simple. You already done a lot of the work. When you look at the label, okay, this is how much a serving of meat in this packet is that I got from HEB, wherever that you shop from. If you're not in Texas, you do that. Protein, veggies, you're already halfway there. At minimum, probably 75% there in your meal intake. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're cooking and eating 80 to 90% of your foods that you make. Can you buy an already mixed salad and just put the protein on top? Yes, I do this all the time. I buy 4 to 5 garden salads that have like cucumbers, onions, carrots, and all that stuff on top of like a mixed, spring bowl of lettuce and everything. And so I do all that. I try to, there are not very much carbs and calories on that. I'm a big oil and vinaigrette type person. So once again, just like what you put in your coffee, you want to measure out what you put onto your salads. If that means not pouring it all on your salads, good. I'm not saying you can't ever have ranch, but let's try to go for the ones with the less extra carbs, sugar and everything else. Because condiments, just like creamers and sugars that you add to your coffees, will sneak up on you, and we will make sure that is not sneaking up on you the most, okay? I buy all those salads. Those are great for low carbs. So are your wraps. I have plenty of those recipes. I make my own wraps. I find the lowest carb tortillas that I can, but also ones that feels just like a real tortilla, because I'm all about quality also. I don't want something breaking in half because it's a shit quality, all right? And I do buy deli sliced turkey, but I get thick cut just because I know the thick cut is gonna fill me up a little bit more. I throw in pickles. I love spicy pickles, cottage cheese, throw in olives, whatever you want in there. If you got all these recipes, share the hell out of them for everybody, okay? And if it's getting warmer, cooler foods are gonna be a lot easier to eat. And you don't need a microwave, so you can pack them and take them around with you. Little small ice chest. They're great if you travel a lot, or if you're going to be going on trips and everything. Okay. You can be as simple and boring as you want. 2 to 3 different proteins, vegetables, carbs, fats per week. You can have a simple menu like that. It's great for financial budgeting when you shop. It's great just to stick with what you know you're going to eat and cook different ways and enjoy. But a variety is okay. You can rotate out one of those every week, so that way, just like a multivitamin, you're getting all the different nutrients and that one may not offer, the other one does. You'll get a little less bored, but once again, you don't have to completely change your menu each week, okay? Start with 2 to 3 of each, even 1 to 2, and build from there. Me this week, I have nothing but chicken and cod. Okay, that's what I'm mainly doing for 90% of my meals. Vegetables, I have a lot of spinach that I mixed in with actually a stir fry, and it's really tasty. It goes everything. A little bit of stir fry sauce. Yes, I did have to measure it out. It's a pain in the ass, but that's fine. And then my carbs, I haven't fully decided, but I do have some pasta that I'm probably gonna leave until Wednesday to really enjoy. Wednesdays are now a pasta Wednesday. When everything's shut down, we had nothing we could do. We were having ice cream Wednesdays. It was a great pick-me-up, but it was like maybe a small Sonic Blast size, okay? Like this small, that's it, okay? And I'll help you guys all on this if you ask me. Tell me directly what you need help with, and I will give you more specific answers for that, okay? Eat the whole variety, get all your micronutrients in. Understand you're probably still gonna break the rules 10% of the time, okay? You don't have to be clean and perfect. You can go out to dinner on Wednesday and Saturday. Let's say those are your high carb meals, a little more calories. Do that, okay? Mentally, great. Get your body off diet mode, but still don't eat a whole buffet and eat 5,000 calories when you're supposed to be at 20. When you're supposed to be at 2,000 calories, 1,700 calories, okay? 10% just gives you a little bit more wiggle room. You're not gonna be perfect. The point is to aim for 80 to 90% within all these rules, tips, habits, and guidelines, okay? There's cushion in this, and I will always be somebody who helps you look at how to get the cushion in this, because we're human, and I don't want you to make a mistake and saying, this sucks, I hate this, I don't want to do this again. I don't want this to cause any kind of strict as hell guidelines that cause an eating disorder. If you feel that you are at risk for some of this, let me know, and I will help simplify things and walk you off the plank, okay? So once again, I will have a lot of this typed out. Keep this as something to go by. Little rehash. Cook 80 to 90% of your food intake as best as you can. I don't care if it's fresh or frozen. Do what you can. You start with what you have in your house already. And remember, each week we're going to build up, become better. That's the goal, is to build up, become better. 10% flexibility. Show some grace. You mess up. Look at what you've done better. Look at what you've done great, because I know you're going to do something great. How many times you had more mixed vegetables and more lean proteins. Don't worry about that. A little bit of ice cream you bought because you really wanted something. If it doesn't outweigh everything else and it's not frequent, you're probably fine, okay? Prepare most of your meals. Eat nutrient-dense proteins. Eat protein-dense foods and all the vegetables every meal. And more videos to come. Ask me any questions you have in the group so everybody else can, once again, see and get the answers to right away.